before I do this, first of all, have I got any accolades? Oh my goodness. Are these awarded or unawarded? Oh, completing episode 5 from its opening chapter. Right, these are the individual... Ah! It's the Reapers! The wife is here! You're preparing for uni. Got some time to kill before orientation. Nice! Well, what better way to kill it than a murder trial, hmm? Well, come on in then. For the completion of episode 1 of the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Oh, right, these are for the other chapters. Right, I'm like, why don't I have all these yet? What are these? So that's episode 1 of Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. So that's the second game. Completing all the extra escapade adventures. Playing the game in all available outfits. Oh, that's what I was going to look for as well. Guess what? Guess what? What? Tell me. Anyway, we'll look at all those another time. Auditorium. Instruments, voice recitals. Taylor, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so one of the things Susato said in her last, in the last stream was that she wished that she could maybe dress a little bit more London-y, because she does stand out. Let's be honest, she stands out. Dan's package arrived and he's opened it on stream. Nice! Oh, it's a shame we couldn't be there for it, but nice. Oh, that's great. I will have to go and watch the VOD. Ah. Excellent. Oh, I hope he liked it. I'm sure he did. It was brilliant what you made him. So anyway, yeah, there's Susato's alternate outfit. Should we have her wear that? You can imagine Matt and Shai as Runo and Susato. Hey Luigi! Not gonna watch, just dropping by to say hi. No problem, Luigi. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't want spoilers for this game, which is much appreciated if all you're gonna do is lurk with the volume off. That's always helpful, so I do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today though, dude. Have yourself a good day. So yeah, do we want to at least have Susato wear this or stick to her kimono? I kind of want to have her wear this. And do we have Ryu wear this? I don't want Herlock to wear this, that's silly. Oh wait, outfits are only available for use in Great Ace Attorney 2. Alright, I just read the red text at the bottom of the screen. So, I guess we won't wear that then. I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Yeah. Alright, so, as I said earlier on, Herlock was shot at the pawnbrokers in the middle of the night because we had Ginny Lestrade over, Gina Lestrade, or tea, and we also found out that Iris's dad was Dr. John H. Wilson, the guy who died in the first episode. We also know that basically the pawnbroker is holding on to a manuscript that Iris wrote of the Hound of the Baskerville adventure that her father, Dr. Wilson, and Herlock Sholmes went on, and Herlock wouldn't let her publish it, sorry. So, oh, yeah, we don't know what that's all about, and she was beginning to question whether or not Herlock's telling her the truth about stuff all this time, and what's really going on. Ginny decided to go and rob the place to get the thing, get the manuscript, but the owner is dead, in a locked room with Ginny, and shot, and Ginny was holding the weapon, but she was also unconscious, and there were two other guys in there who were outside in the main room who shot at us, and Herlock took the bullet, then they ran off into the darkness. So, yeah, and then the panic button had been pressed, I think? No, that was earlier, when we had the guy in the same pawnbrokers earlier when we went to retrieve the violin, and basically this guy had come to take the coat that Ginny came to check out, but we found out it was actually Magnus McGildert's coat from the second trial. Oh no, the third trial. Well, second trial, third chapter. Yeah, that'll do. So, what we're going to do now is... Is she here? No, she isn't. Is go to the hospital, I believe, with Iris. And there's also the prison cell where Gina Lestrade is being held. Yeah, and there's the hospital. I think we have to go to the hospital first, it told us. Like, Iris was like, we go there, we go there, we go there. So, it's like, yeah, okay, we'll go there. I guess it's Saint Sinners. No, I said Sinners last time, but I think it's Sinners. Saint Sinners Hospital. So this game has plays on words like that, so... Hurley! Oh! He's been replaced with a clipboard! No! No, he's not here, is he? No, that's strange. The nurse definitely said he was in the bed by the window, didn't she? Oh, I know what probably happened. Hurley's been a big baby and the bullet wound was that bad, so he's been sent home. You mean we came here for nothing? I'm not so sure about that. Baby or not, there's no question that it was a fairly serious injury that Mr. Sholmes suffered. Oh. Hello, hello. What have we here? This ward's off limits. No visiting. What are you doing here, eh? Well, I'll have you know we're Hurley's next of kin. Eh? Oh. Well, begging your pardon then, ma'am, sir. A little lady and a curious Eastern gentleman. The great mystery solvers and mysterious family, eh? Is that how you see us? Sure. Where is he, Constable? Where's Hurley? I believe he's currently in the operating theatre, ma'am, undergoing an extensive operation. Extensive? It has been several hours since he went in. Oh dear. Is he going to be alright? Well, it doesn't appear to be working, you see. The anaesthetic, that is. Oh, no. I have heard a report that the gentleman claims he may have had a little too much to drink last night. Well, coffee, that is. Anyways, I think it would be fair to assume that he won't be back here for several hours yet. I see. Thank you, Constable. Perhaps we should leave and come back later. Oh, poor Hurley. Poor Hurley indeed. Well, before we come back, I'm going to examine the room. A notice board on the wall. Look, let's see. What does it say? Thought of the day. On seeing any vermin, calmly and discreetly inform the matron. Oh yes, they have rats and mice in hospital like this that love to feast on all the medicine. Drug addicts. If you don't deal with them, there's nothing left to treat the patients. Rats and mice? Oh, I see. This is a rather old building, I suppose. The doctors and nurses are all very good, I hear. I certainly hope so for Mr. Sholmes' sake. I wouldn't want to bring him to a hospital where they're not very good. Oh, there's the bed. This must be Sholmes' bed. Poor Hurley. I know. It looks as stiff as a board, doesn't it? Oh wait, it is a board. Yeah, a board with some bed sheets over it. Oh, I don't think that'll bother him. No? I often find him sleeping face down on the floor, completely dead to the world. I think I'd call the police if I discovered someone like that. Nope, nothing over here, nothing over here. A little bit more here. I wonder what these are. Do you have any ideas? Oh, haven't you seen crutches before? Let me explain. They're for people with leg injuries to help them walk. You hold one under each arm, see? Ah, right. I thought they were weapons of some sort. Well, you could use them as a weapon, I suppose. You could do some damage with those if you started braining on somebody with them. Why would there be weapons in a hospital? I thought maybe a fighter had been injured in a battle or contest and had been brought here along with his weapons. That's surprisingly plausible, actually. Like, well, yeah, okay, maybe, you know. Some stalwart gladiator brought in. But nope. Okay, nothing else to look at. Let us move to the prison. Cell 13, well that's unlucky. As if, you know, being in prison could be any luckier, but Hello, Gina? But they let her keep the smoke gun? Oh my god, why? Like, what's this? It's a grenade launcher. It fires smoke bombs. Now, you can keep that on you. Off to the cell with you. Oh, you still have the grenade launcher Hurley and I made. I wish you wouldn't point it at me all the time, though. What are you here for? Ginny? I have a feeling it's because of us that you've ended up in trouble. So we were thinking we might be able to help you. Well, you can't. Sorry. You heard, get lost. Don't be like that, Ginny. I know you didn't do it. You'd never shoot someone. Unless it was a smoke grenade. She's shot us with those before. I just know you wouldn't. You think you know me? Pull the other one. Oh. You ain't got the first idea of the likes of me. I'm a thief. I pinch people's purses when they're walking down the street. That's how I get by. And if I saw me chance, I'd sneak into a pawn shop any day of the week. Just to see what I could lay my eyes on. Get it? That's the kind of person I am. But Ginny, I'll be in court tomorrow, they said. So some cove came by before and said he'd be a lawyer for me or the like. Said it was me right or something. But I told him to get stuffed. I don't need no lawyer. I don't need one. You couldn't be staring at me anymore, obviously, if she tried. That's what she's doing, looking over the bar. Why are you being like this, Ginny? I don't understand, Gina. Why did you send the public defender away? You wanted me to sign some papers, representation papers, something like that. It's all going to be rigged anyway, the whole trial. They'll pin it on me because I'm a kid. That's what grown-ups always do. Why do you think that? Because that's how it's been for me growing up in the back slums, my whole life. If you do what grown-ups tell you, it'll get your mates dragged off to the coppers or worse. I've had it happen to me before and all. Been sold out and nearly snaffed on the back of it, or snaffled. You can't trust no one, that's the point. As soon as you do, you're gone to grass, dead. Gina, listen. If you like, in tomorrow's trial, I could. Forget it! Ginny! Don't you trust Runo? Nah, I don't. Look, I'll ask you nicely now. Just leave me alone. No. What happened? Will you tell us what happened, Gina? Last night at the pawnbroker's. There's nothing to tell. Figured it'd pay me, so I broke into the place and started going through the storeroom. The old bloke walked in on me and you know the rest. No, I don't. You tell me. But why, Ginny? Why would you do that? Ain't it obvious? The place is full of stuff I could sell for a shilling or two. Diving ain't easy, you know. It's a lot of work, and half the time you don't even get nothing. Is that really why you broke into the place? I mean, the pawnbroker is where they take their blooming loot anyway. Why break into that? I mean, I guess you should take it to a different one, but still. What? Are you sure the true reason wasn't something else? Or give it a rest. What'd be the point anyway, eh? Nothing I could say would make a blind bit of difference. Please tell us, Ginny, we'll believe you, whatever it is. Believe me, don't be daft. You can't believe nothing. Everyone lies all the time. And you know what? When it comes to liars, I'm the biggest of the lot. I've told some unforgivable lies, I have. But what do you mean by that? What unforgivable lies? What did you mean before, Gina, when you said you were the biggest liar of the lot? Why don't you tell us what these unforgivable lies you've told are? Maybe we can help. Is this going to come back around to the Magnus McGilded trial? Sorry. We're out of time. They're going to want to question me now. Ginny, please. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give you this, something to remember me by. Oh, it's a kitty picture. Why are the cats in this game too adorable? Photographic print of a really adorable cat? I found it in one of the pockets of this coat. Ain't no point in me having it. So that was in McGilded's coat. I wonder what a little photograph like that was doing in the pocket of an overcoat. Anyway, don't bother coming again. Bye. Oh, Ginny. A sweet little white cat obtained from Gina while interviewing in her prison cell. Perhaps we should investigate the picture. Look at the cat. It's cute. Little cutie. This is an adorable cat. I think it looks a lot like Wagahai. I always thought that cats like to curl up inside under the heated kotatsu blanket when it snowed. Maybe British cats are different. They don't give a shit. Yeah, pretty much. Uh-huh. Oh-ho. Aha. Deposited for 13th of February. Article deposited, small box. 10 shillings paid. Due 13th of April. Well, it's now the 16th of April. Because it was the 15th on the previous day. It's on the calendar. Then there's this weird logo. What is this then? Look on the back of the print here, there's something written on it. 13th of February, article deposited, small box, loan amount paid 10 shillings, redemption deadline 13th April, 9 PM. So this photographic print is a redemption ticket? Well, just a reminder. But that could be significant. Wait, isn't that also that logo, that red logo? That's the pawnbroker's logo, right? That's Windybank's pawnbroker logo. I think that was on the sign outside his house, outside his building. But it's like a stamp, maybe. It was 2 days before the murder on the omnibus. Yeah, because the coat was deposited and it had those music discs in it, or one of them anyway, on the day of the murder on the omnibus, the one that McGilded was accused of stabbing the brickmaker. A small box doesn't tell us much about it, does it? Bruno, if Mr. McGilded still had the ticket, then presumably he never redeemed the article. So do you think the box might still be present somewhere in the shop? Ah, yes. But now it would have been forfeited, so it would be on the shelves. Rather than the storeroom. We could go have a look-see. If it's something McGilded deposited, we need to investigate. Alright. Well, bye Gina. Have fun being questioned. Yeah, look, it's the same logo on the sign. Let's go directly in. I wonder if it's the weird little box down here that we tried to open. But it's got like a... It looked more like an ocular viewer type thing. Like a thing came up that you would prop something against, like a back stand, and then the goggle bits popped up as well to face it. This is where it happened then, last night? That's right. Two thugs I told you about were obviously ransacking the place looking for valuables. But apart from the policeman in here, you wouldn't know anything had happened. There's no sign of disturbance. Well, there is something broken on the floor next to the shovels, or spades, or whatever they are. No, you're right about that, actually. In fact, if anyone, it's the police who seem to be the ones doing the ransacking. What are you trying to suggest? I know what you mean. They're like a gang of organised criminals all dressed in black. Oi, I heard that! Oh, hello, Gregson. Oh, Inspector. Good morning. I suppose I ought to thank you for the vigilance last night. We got to the scene before it was disturbed, at least. Shame you let the two rogues get away, mind. Yeah, sorry about that. I thought you'd assign extra men to beat around here, Gregsy. Now look what's happened. Early's been injured because there weren't enough police on duty. Ah! Your ladyship! No one told me you were coming. He's reacted this way to Iris before. What is her deal? I expect you to take full responsibility for what happened to Hurley and see he has the very best medical care. Like, she just orders him around. Of course, your ladyship. The very best doctors in the capital attending to him as we speak. And you don't think it's Runo's fault for the rogues managed to get away, is it? Because chasing criminals is the police's job. Absolutely, your ladyship. As you say, ma'am. As you say. The gent in black is totally blameless. Everyone's in agreement about that. Would you believe it? He's like a completely different person with Iris. Talk about a personality change. Oh, where are my manners? Are you thirsty, your ladyship? Perhaps you'd like some juice? Some nice, refreshing fruit juice. Oh, why? Are you thirsty, Gregsy? I have some of my special herbal tea with me, if you'd like some. He's even got a little thermos and some... Where did the cup come from? This guy has like a bullshit pantry that just follows him around in a pocket dimension. He has all his fish and chips in there. He has teacups. What else? Are there any biscuits in there, dude? Some digestives while you're at it? Ah, lovely. Tar very much. That really hit the spot, your ladyship. Speaking of, mine's getting cold. I don't even recognize him like this. Well, I guess we should talk to him first, and then he'll give us leave, no doubt, to poke and prod all the things. So, how's the investigation going, Inspector? Nothing to it. Really simple case, this. There's some very definitive evidence. We're just about to charge the driver we arrested last night, in fact. Gina? You're going to charge her? Oh, the diver, not the driver. Diver. That's right. Should be able to bring her before the judge at the Bailey tomorrow. Definitive evidence, you say? What is it? Come on, show me. Your ladyship, as much as I wish I could oblige you, I'm afraid. Dude, she's giving you the look. Ah, I see. You've already captured a pair of thugs who broke in here last night, have you? What the... And you're going to put them on the stand as witnesses, are you? How could you know? How? How could you possibly know that? I had a feeling, that's all. Remind me never to try to keep a secret from Iris, or play poker. So you've arrested two men who shot Mr. Sholmes, have you? Well, yes, they were rounded up pretty quick by the lads on the beat. And they're going to be witnesses instead of defendants. What? Miss Lestrade is being held at the prison. He should be. That's assuming she hasn't lifted the key from the jailer, of course. Well, if that happens, then yeah, that's on you. Can you tell us anything about Mr. Sholmes? What's his condition? Sorry, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Scotland Yard matters are strictly confidential. Well, I know he's being operated on at St. Sinner's. Why can't I see him? I'm family, you know. I'm terribly sorry, your ladyship. It's the hospital's policy, no visiting at all. Oh. bullet must have hit an artery in his midriff. He's lost a fair bit of blood. Oh no. It didn't seem too bad in the first hour or so, but a hemorrhage like that is enough to make even the one and only Sholmes pipe down. Mr. Sholmes is a human like the rest of us, you know. Well, anyway, he's having emergency surgery right now. But he will be alright, won't he? They'll be able to make him better? Of course, your ladyship. He'll be right as rain before you know it. Really? How do you know? How do I know? Because, of course... yes, because Mr. Sholmes is such a great detective, that's why. We'd better pray the doctors have a better grasp of what's needed to make someone well again. Oh dear, please don't die, Hurley. I'll report to your ladyship the moment I hear he's out of the operating theatre. I couldn't help noticing, Inspector. What, out with it, sunshine? Well, there seems to be a marked difference between the way you talk to me and Iris. Watch the sauce, Sonny. I'm a copper and we don't go into favoritism. But he's right, you do treat us differently. It's because of those Adventures of Sherlock Holmes stories, that's why. Oh? I crop up in him, don't I? Inspector Tobias Gregson. Which he doesn't like. Oh, well, yes, because you're an acquaintance of Hurley's. What do you write about the Inspector, Iris? Huh? I don't remember, really. It was one of Sholmes's lines. Gregson is the smartest in the Scotland Yarders, is how he put it. Oh, did I write that? And you know what? That one little line did for me, eh? The very next month, my pay doubled. Doubled, I tell you! Oh, that's amazing. All because everyone at the Yard reads them, and they read all the Sherlock Holmes stories. They've even set up a fan club for me. Well, of course, it explains everything. It was around that time you became such a toady for me. Well, can you blame me? All I did is take one bad word from you and Sholmes could change his tune about me. Gregson? No, the great detective will say. He's getting quite overrated these days. Think what would happen to my salary if that came out in print, eh? So you're just a friggin' giant suck-up, is what you are. The whole thing gives me the willies. I can't tell you how many nights of sleep I've lost worrying about it. But that would never happen, Gregsy. Every month when the new Rance magazine comes out, my hands are trembling as I turn the pages. Poor guy must be a nervous wreck every month. Oh, how awful of you. Here, have some of my tea to settle your nerves. Ah, yes, tea time. Ah, lovely. Tar, very much. That hit the spot, your ladyship. Teetotaled. Oh yeah, there's something I was supposed to talk to you about actually, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, what is it? I had Taco Bell for dinner. Did you, Gregson? You had Taco Bell for dinner? Well, that was perfectly timed, Shy, thank you. Off to work on the stuff you need to do today, be lurking even though the lurk command doesn't work right now, I know. I will get things sorted with the bot. Thank you for the taco command. That was just perfectly timed. Oh my god. See you later, sweetheart. Have fun. Oh dear. I've got an important message for you. I clean forgot about it till now. An important message? I wonder what it could be. Are you going to tell me what the important message is then, Inspector? Yep, it's about that young lady who's normally by your side, your assistant. Oh right, she needed to go see Lord Strongheart. That was right. She got a telegram the day before that she needed to go and speak to him privately. And it wasn't about a case, but she didn't know why. Dear Susie, is she alright? She's at the station, isn't she? Being questioned, I believe. Nope, not anymore. She had to head off. Head off? Where? To Lord Strongheart's office, of course. He summoned her. Oh, yes, of course. I'd forgotten about that. One of the whipstocks took her there in the yard carriage after we'd finished questioning her. But she asked us to tell you she didn't have the fare for the return journey and to go ahead and meet her there. She's got a nerve using us Scotland Yard as a bloomin' message service. I see. Well, thank you for passing that on, Inspector. Why did Susie have to go and see the Lord Chief Justice? He didn't tell me. Better head over to the Lord Chief Justice's office and fetch her right away. But we also came here to poke and prod and poke. And you clipped it. Excellent. Thank you. Alright then, let's see what we can uncover. What do you think you're doing, Sunshine? You can't touch anything in here. Oh, but we were hoping to investigate. This is a crime scene, for Pete's sake. No touching. Of course I clipped it, yes. What's the problem, Gregsy? Runo's a lawyer, you know that. Oh, I'm ever so sorry, your ladyship, ever so sorry. The rules and regulations are a thorn in my side. Of course, if Mr. Naruhodo was to have been properly appointed by the accused, that'd be another matter. The accused. If you could show me some representation papers, I'd be happy to let you have a nose around. We need to get Ginny to agree to this then. Did you hear that, Runo? We need Ginny to sign the papers of representation. Looks like presenting the detective here with the correct paperwork is the only way. Alright, so we can't poke and prod. Damn. Alright, well let's go here first. Yes, no matter how many times I come here, I always get the same sense of oppressiveness somehow. You think the place is oppressive? I think it's normal. How so? I mean, look at that suit of armor over there. You can't take that seriously, can you? Maybe it thinks the same about you. Everything is clear with regards to tomorrow's arrangements, I trust. Yes, thank you very much. And there they are. Susato-san and Lord Strongheart. I wonder what they're talking about. They both look very serious. Very good, there's nothing further to discuss. You may return to your lodgings. No doubt you have much to do in preparation for your return to your homeland. What? Wait, what did he just say? Return to homeland? Susato-san! It's a John Woo film now with the doves in the background. Mr. Naruhodo! What was that all about? Mr. Naruhodo, thank you for coming to collect your colleague. What's this all about? Why were you talking about Miss Susato's return to her homeland? And tomorrow? Tomorrow? But what about Ginny's trial? You mean she's being formally charged now? Oh dear. Miss Susato, what's this all about? Oh, please don't concern yourself, Mr. Naruhodo. It's only me going back to Japan. Your life here will continue that's not what I asked. What happened? Why are you leaving? It's my father. He's fallen ill. Oh no. Professor Mikotoba? If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant. Ryunosaki Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Eugene Mikotoba. I'm a professor of forensics medicine at Yumei University. We received an international telegram from the Empire of Japan informing us of the news. 10 days ago, Father collapsed with a fever. The cause is apparently unknown, and it seems he grows weaker by the day. I don't believe it. As you are aware, the voyage from here to your country's capital, Tokyo, takes some 50 days. I thought it would be prudent to hasten Miss Susato's departure as much as possible. Yes, absolutely. I will leave London first thing in the morning tomorrow. I can't believe this is happening. So, Jean has been charged. She'll have to appear in court. Yes, she was formally charged a few hours ago, and the date of the trial has already been set for tomorrow. No, not even 24 hours later? Gina. Ah, the Lestrade girl and the murderer of the Baker Street pawnbroker, yes. An all too transippious case. The pickpocket was clearly disturbed mid-robbery and shot the man in a panic. No, the yard is overstretched as it is, without wasting time on these open and shut cases. Oh, I'm gonna waste your time, alright, bro. It's not wasting time. Ginny would never do something like that. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, here it comes. Yes, Lord Strongheart. In deference of your fine services to date, I shall overlook this young girl's insolence. But I have no recollection of admitting a child to my office. Leave. Now. Wow, you got told, Iris. Of course, Lord Strongheart. Criminals will tell the most palpable lies in order to evade justice. The police can ill afford the time it takes to unravel all their untruths. Meanwhile, more crimes are perpetrated. We have far more serious matters with which to contend. Serious matters? Didn't Gregson mention something like that yesterday? Yes, Inspector Gregson made a similar remark yesterday. It's no concern of yours, though I'm sure I need not remind you of that. "3 minutes precisely until my next meeting. You must excuse me." There's just one more thing, Lord Strongheart, which is... it's Miss Lestrade's trial. I wonder if you might permit me to defend her. A timely suggestion. Sorry? The girl currently has no representation. But that's not fair. Yes, she may be a pickpocket, but she still deserves a fair trial. Do not misunderstand me, young lady. The government provides for those too poor to afford representation with a public defender. The accused need only sign the relevant paperwork and the defense barrister will be assigned to the case. However, the young girl in question has refused that right. Why would she do that? A question you would do well to direct her at Miss Lestrade. You'll find her at the local prison. Yes, thank you. You don't trust grown-ups, you know, they're all liars. That's probably why. Now then, it's time I was leaving. Good day to you. What a day. Gina charged with murder, Susato-san about to leave. It's almost like the end of the game is coming up. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Iris, we must make haste. But, Susie, you're leaving for Japan tomorrow morning, aren't you? Don't you have to pack and things to do? As Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, my personal circumstances are of no consequence. My sole purpose remains to help you in whatever way I can. Thank you, Miss Susato. That's a very pensive look. I think we ought to visit Gina first. In any case, I should like to wish her well before I leave. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. If I'm honest, it has completely thrown me off. I'll just have to do what I can as a lawyer. And not as a superhero who wears a cape and fights crime by night, which is not a thing I do. At all, ever. But I don't even know why I brought that up. Ignore that. Although if he's a lawyer, he'd technically be Daredevil, and Daredevil didn't wear a cape. He also needs to be blind. I don't think he'd enjoy that. Ah! Hello again, Gina. Oh, fuck, here it comes again. Ah, Jesus. I forgot we, you know, entered the artillery room. What are you lot here for now? To have the muzzle of that grenade launcher shoved in our faces yet again, obviously. I think we need to improve the way you load ammunition into that thing, don't I? It does take a while, yeah. It's a bit laborious. Look. You can come here as many times as you like, but I ain't got nothing more to say to you. Well, alright, we'll just stand here in silence. Alright, so Sato ruined the silence. Gina, I wonder if you might hear me out. There's something I'd like to say. What? I'm sorry to say that I must reluctantly bid you farewell. Eh? Farewell? Tomorrow I must begin my journey back home to Japan. I fear we may never meet again. Oh, right. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many lovely people here in London. I've made so many wonderful memories, and yet, as things stand now, it will be a glum parting indeed. Poor Iris is miserable. Susie? Well, that ain't my business. Both Iris and Mr. Naruhodo believe you to be innocent, Gina, and they put their faith in you. But somehow, you can't find it in your heart to put your faith in them. Yeah, that's right, I can't. What of it? It grieves me greatly to have to say goodbye to my friends where they're so clearly unhappy. She's just totally guilt-tripping her. Because of you. It's all your fault. Make them happy. What, it's my fault? Yes, so I have one final request, Gina, before our paths never cross again. Right here and now. I want you to show both of them that you don't deserve the faith they've invested in you. Eh? Only by doing that will you truly be as alone as you claim to be. Wow. What are you talking about? What do you expect me to do, eh? You've told us that everyone lies. So prove it by admitting to one of your own untruths. What about what you said before, Ginny? You said something about unforgivable lies? You must tell Mr. Naruhodo and Iris the truth. That is my last request before I leave. My last request as a judicial assistant. No, I can't. Whatever these lies are, they're obviously weighing very heavily on Gina's mind. Gina, I could be wrong, but is it something to do with what happened 2 months ago? Something about that trial? The McGilded trial. The one in which Mr. Magnus McGilded was acquitted. Ah! A case of that mysterious murder that took place inside the omnibus. You were called as a witness by the prosecution after you bombed the frickin' place with a smoke grenade. Whoa, Dapus! Hello!
Hello, Smile.
Hello to you. Tier 2 resub as well. Thank you so much. That's 23 months. Whoa, you're coming up on 4 years. I know how to do math. I do. It's 2 years. You're coming up on 4 years as well. It's just a little further away. Dapus, thank you for that resub, and you put us to 40% on the resub goal. That gets us another game giveaway. How are you doing, Dapus? Good to see you. Welcome to Case 5 of the Great Ace Attorney. You're good? Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. I'm not bad as well, thank you very much. We're having a lot of fun with this game. I am dropping a few frames again though, but not many, it seems. I do want to try rewiring the internet into this room though by bringing the hub in here instead and directly Ethernetting to it, as opposed to going through this power adapter thing. So we'll see how it goes. And if that works out better, then I'll keep it that way and my dad can have the adapter, because browsing the net is fine. Streaming, not fine. But yeah, I'm good otherwise. Alright, so we're right. It's because of that trial. I lied. I lied like you wouldn't believe. Well, I mean, we knew that there was something fishy going on in that trial. Will you tell us about it now? Trial 2 months ago. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me into the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, the thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night, that was the truth. But she did say that she poked her head up to see who was in, and McGilded was supposed to be sat on the seat above her. So she wouldn't have been able to do that. That always bugged me. It was pitch black in that little cubbyhole, I couldn't see a thing, and then... thud. I heard a loud thud like someone falling on the floor, which is what she told us then. And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you? Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seats and sat me next to the dead man. So he was already dead. There weren't much light to see, but when I looked at my hands, I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands, in other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking questions, I suppose. Who were you? Why were you hiding under the seat? Yeah, he did, only that's not all. What do you mean? I mean, he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen and what I'd heard. And about what I was going to do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said, he'd let me scarper before the cops showed up. Jeannie, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. You said McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw, but you were in the pitch-black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but... It was then when I heard the thud of the cove hitting the floor, I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me out by the arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer, what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. Aha, a disc. Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one the D took off me at Windy Banks. So this is the music box disc. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus. Not for long, McGilded spotted it straight away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it in his inside pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trotter told me we weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. But could that be the same disc that was in the coat? Because the coat was stashed at the pawnbroker's the same day, and we assumed it was before, because he was arrested at the scene, he was still in the carriage. So he wouldn't have had time to go and do it himself. He could have got someone to do it for him, though. Maybe the guy in the white suit we saw earlier on. And no, because then he would have known what the thing was and he wouldn't have needed to follow Gina and overhear the password. He would have been the one that deposited it. He would have known the password to get it back. But maybe someone else who did that wanted this guy to go retrieve it before Gina did. For some reason, and he would have known that Gina was going to go and do it for some reason. And he couldn't go and do it himself. So what did you hear? Let's see what else we get out of this. Because it was so dark under the seat in the cab, I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and the footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh, because I could definitely make out the footsteps of two people. So that would be the brickmaker as well? Yeah. In that case, it would seem likely it was Mr. McGilded and the victim, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. And your own testimony, Gina, supported this. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them were asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. So McGilded was lying as I suspected. Really? I'm shocked. Because there was nothing iffy at all about that case. I know it weren't going to take me long before someone raised the alarm and the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. One of the other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. But when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me I'd hide back under the seat again. And I climbed in and I waited. Then two coves from up ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right, and after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favour. A favour? Oh, that guy. Fucking Chilly Willy over here. Yeah. Now then, fella, what I need you to do is take the coat of mine and deposit it in the nearby pawnbrokers. Oh. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. Ooh, damn! A nearby pawnbroker. You mean on Baker Street? Yep, you got it. It was Windybanks. The coachee snapped up the money and ran off to pop his coat as fast as he could. But then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box and, under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see. Let me guess, he asked you to actually go to the trial with that grenade launcher and when he gives a signal, pop off the smoke, because then the omnibus was tampered with during that time in a way that would exonerate him. What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling us all. Not for anything. About what I said and what I heard. And then there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah, this is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman on a little errand for me with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked him about? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? That sounds dirty. Aye. and the Fiend's taken me overcoat to deposit it with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right. And I'll come fetch it from you later, sometime within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it till then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. All right then. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop at Windybanks, so it is, and you're to extend the loan for another 2 months, before the other 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited, and any fiend could come along and buy it. Hey, but I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. Whoa, that should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me, yeah, I get it. Good. One more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. Coppers? Aye, they'll come asking you to take the stand in court to testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it that you might say? What is it you won't? So they conspired then. Interesting. After he'd gone over it all, I picked it. Got as far away from there as I could. He hid the pawnbroker's ticket in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGill had planned it and coerced Gina into giving false testimony. I bet you're ready to string me up now, eh? I lied in that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. The thing is, he said, we wouldn't make it so we could live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. Wow. Basically, you know, do what I say or you'll be ruined in this town. Yikes. What a wicked man. He knew everything. What went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us. And we was all just looking out for each other and getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have... In an heartbeat, if he could, he'd have had the lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where could we have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So I didn't have much choice. But of course now he's dead. She still had the ticket. Remembered the date was up and thought, you know what? I'm gonna go and get that coat and see what was so important. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favour. A favour what? Sign representation papers for tomorrow's trial. Eh? If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. We need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what? Burley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he going to be alright? Sholmes is going to be alright, right? Right. That's why I want to investigate, for Sholmes' sake as much as anything else. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that, yeah. Miss Susato? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. Where did she have those? We didn't go back and get papers from the office. I mean, maybe we did. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though I'm no lawyer or nothing. Tough. Sign them. Now! Poor Ginny, she seems so lonely. There we go. Done. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windybanks now. Yes, and perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there. I feel like we've finally cracked Gina and she's opened up to us at last. Now I have a representation papers and no one else knows just what responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windybanks. Although something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. It's Gregson! Is he happy about anything? Never! He has infinite fish and chips on tap in that magical cone of paper. And he's still a miserable bugger. Except when Iris is there and gives him some tea, then he's all aflutter. Yes, fish and chips on tap. Yeah. You just open the tap and more fish and chips comes pouring out. Like... God, what a mental image that is now. It's like just a blended mush. Sounds nasty, yeah. Sounds like something McDonald's would make if they did fish and chips. It would just come out of like a squeeze tube or something. Yeah. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. It is. They just squeeze it out over a deep fat fryer, like one log at a time. Plop, in it goes. Fry it, turn it over, take it out. That's how it is. And somehow it will look like fish and chips after it's been cooked, but it came from mush. Hello again, Inspector. Have you got a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers, but I think Iris handled them. Nice. Fucking nuclear attack with paperwork. They've got some skilled artisans in the kitchen, yes. It's like that, I don't know if it's actually real. I mean, I guess there is some culinary science that goes on with, like, molecular gastronomy and stuff, where they literally, like, distill things down to an essence of some form, and then they reconstitute it into whatever shape they want it to, and it could look like a steak, you know. But it was in Ghost in the Shell as well, where they had the sort of fake food that was made out of basically just, it was all tofu-like substance, and, you know, or it was made with some kind of bean, and it was all like vegan food, but it was made to look like grilled pieces of chicken with vegetables and stuff, and it was like, it's not really meat, it's meat-free, you know, but it looked good, because there's like a science behind it. Vegan food in a nutshell, yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, the interesting thing in that episode was the fact that they brought up a very real point about, like, why go to all that trouble to make basically tofu that looks like, you know, a ribeye steak or something. And then the guy said, well, just think about it. You know, some people, especially for it originated from Thailand with these monks and everything, apparently, in the setting. I don't know if that's real or not. And he's like, they didn't all of them, you know, start out as monks. Some of them spent many years just eating normal food until they took their vows. So they still crave that visual appearance of their food, and it's just not satisfying otherwise, which is true. Which is why they make, you know, stuff like that, where it's meat-free, but they don't make it. It's like, well, why mash plants down and turn it into something that looks like something else when you could just eat the plants? It's like, yeah, but you want that something else as well, maybe, as a psychological component to eating. You know, so that's one of the reasons why they do it. Oh, how? I don't believe it. How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. That's good work, that is. Well, I was impressed with us. I thought he was pissed at us. Yeah, the visuals for foods have a lot to say. Yeah, exactly. You eat as much with your eyes as you do with your mouth, you know. I can see you've been very busy here. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Here he goes again. Glug, 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 glug. Ah. Lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigate the scene of the crime, then? Do as you please. You know where it happened. Through that door, behind the counter. The cup must be endless. Well, maybe not the cup, but definitely Iris's flask. There's the endless supply of tea. Yeah, the storeroom is where we discovered Mr. Windybank and Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Inspector? I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. There are so many articles to go through, though it's taking forever with the lads working round the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the Yard needs to investigate urgently. Yeah, that's what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. What I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, Sunshine. Well, give me some of that fish and chips and then maybe I'll consider it. Come on then, let's not waste any time. Now we can poke the stuffs. Alright, so what is this broken thing? It's like, oh, is this the lamp? There's an article ledger on here and Mr. Windybank's notes and, wait a minute, that's the same print that we had... that Gina gave to us. This was in McGilded's coat. This, oh right, okay. Maybe he uses these, like, print cards, they're like postcards, and uses them as a ticket for the claim. Someone's left a photographic print behind. Look on the back, there's some writing. Is there? Ooh, show us, Susie, show us. They're way too into this. Oh, bloody fingerprints. 15th of February. The gentleman's overcoat. Right, this is the ticket then that Ginny brought with her. This is actually the ticket that she brought with her to claim the overcoat. So rather than keep paying the extended fee, she decided to take it because McGilded's dead. What's the point? £1, a redemption deadline, 5th of April. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1? Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to Mr. McGilded. It's a dead man's coat. I would never expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windybank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have at hand. Yeah, but he had 2 copies of the same photo? This is a photograph of a cat. It looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere else recently. Oh yes, you're right. Very recently. The same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us the print. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out! Alright, alright. Let the cogs turn. They're exactly the same. I've got it. These 2 photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? I'm gonna make a guess here and say it's got something to do with either the ocular stereoscope thing, or that other little device that popped up with the little goggles in it and the back plate that you could put pictures on. Because to me, even though they looked exactly the same, the one on the left looked as though the cat was at an ever so slightly offset angle, like looking slightly sideways. Very, very, very subtly. I don't know if it was just my eyes playing tricks on me, but what do you do when you've got a 3D image? You have 2 images that you overlay together. That's how 3D TVs work. A left and a right eye image, taken from different perspectives. It's a perspective image. I bet that's what these are. They both go together. We need you to tell us about this pair of photographs. You saw it too. It almost looked like the cat was flipped. It did, yes. It looked slightly offset. If it wasn't for the snowman in the background, you would have thought it would have been flipped over. Alright. Well, before we go too deep into that, I want to poke everything else. What else is on the counter? The ledger is open on the counter. It's really enormous, isn't it? Must be an awful lot of work to keep track of the hundreds of items in pawn. Too much to think about. Better to sell it all and have a clear head if you ask me. But clearly Mr. Windibank is very careful when it comes to the articles in his care, especially since he would normally shoot himself if he let any of them, like, escape him. Right, so we can't examine this obvious smashed lamp, or whatever it is. Well, there's the music box. That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Runo? Yes, but I've never seen one this large in Japan. Oh well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen are in the room giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. Any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Scourge of the Bobby. Wow. What about this? The shelves are where the pawnbroker put articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. It's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? What, the Black Beauty here? It's pretty good, actually. I'd buy that. Well, sometimes you can find real treasures among the junk, you know. Are you alright, Runo? Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole. When you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them, even the horse statue. That's exactly how a pawnbroker works. They're very clever. It's a knick-knack store. You don't see shops like this anywhere. There used to be shops like this in England, all over the place, which just had lots of little stuff. They weren't actually pawnbrokers, though. They were just knick-knack shops where you go in, and there's loads of just random little things all over the place, and now you don't see them anymore. There's only one I know of, and it's in the... or was actually in the mall, but it became a Harry Potter shop, so it's not anymore. So it's got all the Harry Potter stuff, like they sell the wands, they actually sell cases of the butterbeer, you know, which is like... for a pack of those 6 330cl bottles, 33cl bottles, sorry, £8.50 or something stupid, I think it was. And I'm like, get out of here. Not worth it, but still. It's got all the stuff. You can buy a golden snitch and everything, you know. The police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. But the shop that used to be there was a kind of a knick-knack shop. It had like loads of little novelty signs, it had little models of things and little like quaint little clocks and everything, yeah. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in the shop and every ledger on book and accounts. Every article? But that's ridiculous amounts of work, surely. I've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure, and then we'll barely have scratched the surface. A crime in a pawnbroker's must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It's every copper's worst nightmare, you know, a crime in a pawnbroker's. It's just what I was thinking. Goodness me. So yeah, we noticed this as well, look. The calendar, the day-a-page calendar. Now, the guy said that when he locks up at night and leaves, he tears off the calendar date as he goes, so that the next day when he comes in, he knows what day it is for keeping track of his stuff. He doesn't forget to do it on the way in the morning. But on the way out, he tears the date off for tomorrow's date. So, he left. So why was he here still? Or was he about? He must have been about to leave and he was accosted coming out the door. That's the only thing I can think of. And then there's blood on it. It's all askew. Look here. It also, yeah, that looks like a bullet. A bullet hole. I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Yeah, but somebody got injured there. Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't do it even once. Forget that now, Runo. Let's examine this bullet. Do we run a ballistic analysis on the bullet? So what's that around the bullet hole? It's blood? Suspicious red stains on the calendar. Ah! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo? Ugh. I have a feeling it's not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. Well, there you have it, you see. When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yeah. Type A, Type B, Type O, AB, negatives and positives are thrown in there, and whatever else there is. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh no, what is the scary-looking thing? Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet. But as you can see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Don't point it at me. Watch! No, don't! Ah! Oh, damn, okay, she's firing it over there. You turned the blood green. Oh, the colour of the bloodstain has changed. And now it's back again. There! Does it make sense now? No. I think I'm starting to understand. Obviously it's for bloodstains that are less apparent, but this is like that that thingy fluid that we had in the first game where we sprayed it everywhere to find blood. And then you had to look at it through these glasses and it came up like a kind of an orange or purple colour or whatever it was. Good, it works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see. Oh, right, so it actually does do the blood typing. How wonderful! Chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change colour, so you can identify whose blood it is you're looking at, in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great. So whose blood are we looking at then? Well, the chemical doesn't turn the blood a different colour, or does turn the blood a different colour, so just find someone whose blood turns the same colour, and you know who it belongs to in a flash. Well, if it's only based on blood type, then it would only tell us, you know, whether that person has the same blood type. It's not a DNA test. More like two flashes, really, isn't it? One flash or two, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. We must make a note of it in the court record. The blood sample entered into record, analysed with a special chemical indicator developed by Mr. Sholmes. Different people's blood turn different colours. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have reagents left, sure. Okay. The officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh, keep it down. Oh, sorry. There's a major clue just here. Really? We must tell Gregsy at once. But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. Ah, a really tough time for the British police. What a work ethic. That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at though. So he's basically just guarding the calendar until someone else comes and then he can point it out to them. Let's have a look at it then. So, green blood. Just seems wrong somehow. Our killer was a Vulcan. Or a Romulan. Could be either. But they definitely have pointy ears. Severe eyebrows. No! Oh, there are all sorts of different colours. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Ooh, purple. Like I said, everyone's blood is different. So it is kind of a DNA test, without them understanding DNA. Aliens! I wonder what colour my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. So yeah, here it is, the thingy scope. This is the strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they were right in front of your eyes. It makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. And then this is another version of it. Fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Look at it. Look, it looks like you would look through those goggles at whatever was set on that backboard. Here we are, though I'm not confident I can get close again. Get it closed again. Oh yes, a stereoscope. It's a folding stereoscope. Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday and we were supposed to be able to see it in 3 dimensions. But for that, he used the great big contraption over there. Well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. For this little thing, it's a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make some money out from these in Japan. It would beat keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. What? So yeah, that's what we need. And then the door back there is where the actual murder took place. So behind that door is the storeroom, isn't it? That's where Gregsy said. Yeah, I didn't get that either. Like, oh, I could probably sell these. That would beat making my toilet clean. Like, what? I think you still need to do that whether you're making money or not. Anyway. Yes, and this is where I saw the dreadful scene last night, through the little window in the door. The guy's shot. Powder burns means he was shot close range from behind, and then Ginny, unconscious with the gun in her hand. Mr. Winterbank face down on the floor with Gina beside him. As the accused legal representative, you have the right to examine the scene, Mr. Naruhodo. We must make a thorough investigation. Yes, of course. And we will. Behind that door, that's the real scene of the crime. Don't worry, if there are any clues in there, I'll find them. Good. Well, we don't have the other picture still. Let's go back to this. So let's talk to her first about the pair of photographs and let's see what we can figure out. So Iris, about the 2 photographic prints, the one we found on Mr. Winterbank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. Look. The head is on the left one is looking ever so slightly to the left. Also, you can see just a little bit more of the snowman. You can see a little bit more of the right side of the snowman. Well, the snowman's left, but the right as we're looking at it, our right. If you look at the rightmost eye on the left image, there's more of a space there to the edge of the photo than there is on the right image. It's right up to the corner. So it is actually meant to be a 3D image. What is this amazing secret you mentioned hidden between the 2 identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry. If you look carefully, the 2 prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not. Have another look at them now. Can you see they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It is very subtle though. What's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see. No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. A stereoscope. Why do I get the feeling as though I've heard the word before recently, like 5 minutes ago when we looked at the stereoscopes? And also earlier. Oh yes, that's what Mr. Sholmes showed us yesterday. You see, there it is, just over there. Yes, of course, that magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Witchcraft. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have the same depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful, then I'll be able to tell you. Oh, here we go, she's going to talk about how we process images with our eyes, about horizontal and vertical wavelengths of light and that kind of thing. She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. No, Susato, you don't need to know. It will become a fad in the 21st century, you know, and it will die as quick as it happens, and the only place it will ever show up then is cinemas, where they charge you twice as much for tickets to watch a 3D movie that you probably won't be able to see properly anyway, and one might get a slight headache from, depending on whether your eyes can work with 3D or not. You don't need to know this, but okay, fine. So how do they work, Iris? Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Yeah, the glasses hurt, exactly. Well, I just opened them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes? Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye. They are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of the object seems to shift slightly. Exactly. And in your head, your brain uses that shift to eliminate the depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we sense depth in everything we see. The brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. I think I see. So the pair of photographs consist of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You were so quick. So if you can persuade your brain to merge two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see the depth in these prints? Yes, Runo, you're beginning to understand. A stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it by yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can, really. Oh, I just pressed the button again. Damn it, this D-pad is not very good anymore. I pushed down and it didn't work. Keep going. Skippy, 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 skip. Yeah. Keep going. Down. Now press it. There we go. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view the pair of prints without helping of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Sato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me, and see if you can copy. Oh god, that looks so... I don't know why that just made me laugh then. I was expecting it, but my god. This looks so derpy the way her eyes went. Make your eyes do this. That is weird, yeah. Oh god, this is gonna be great. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Okay. Now they're both staring at me with cross eyes. This is just too much. How's that? Wonderful, now it's your turn. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when you two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Let's look at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly cross your eyes. Ugh. You should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runo. I'm gonna have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into two images for you? No, it didn't actually, but now the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then cross your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together until they form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see in the middle now. It looks so real. I could look at it all day. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runo. Pretend you're looking through two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this. It's not doing it. I managed it, did I? So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of the stereoscopic prints then, Runo? Well, they're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Oh, they tried to make you interact with the pictures IRL? Oh, so I'm supposed to do it myself? Oh my god. No thanks, I'll pass. You guys can always roll back the VOD, pause it and try it yourselves, but it gave me literally like 3 seconds to do it. So, no. Some people find it easier than others, but that's why the contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. No, I think you're right, yeah, Dapus, that must be it. You must be right about the way that works, because originally as well, remember, these would have been on the handhelds, they would have been on the DS, and the DSs were meant to be quite interactive that way. There were some games where you literally had to actually hold the DS in, like, upside down or something in order to figure out what you were doing with it. They're like, oh, like puzzle games, you know, not because of motion controls or anything, just, you know, like the picture on the screen made more sense if you did that, or you held it like really flat and looked across the plane of the screen. So there were some like that, which there was one, it was called Hotel Dusk Room 215 or something like, so along those lines. I think it was definitely called Hotel Dusk then Room something, one of the early DS games, and it was a mystery game. And one of the things that happens in it is this girl, like, collapsed and stopped breathing, and you had to give mouth to mouth, and I didn't know how to frigging do it. It was one of those games where you had to blow on a microphone on the DS every now and then to do something. Like, I would use that to, like, blow crumbs away or dust or something. And in this particular instance, the woman next to you is saying, come on, don't you know how to do it? Put your mouth to her mouth. And I'm tapping the screen, I'm blowing the microphone, I'm like, how? What do I do? And she'd be like, put your mouth to her mouth. And then I realized the top screen and the bottom screen had the two different faces on it. You had to close the DS and hold it closed for like a couple of seconds, maybe 3 seconds. And then you heard it go, bing! And then you opened it again and it had moved on. The scene moved on. You had to actually close the DS up. Sounds like a drag. Yeah, it kind of was at first because I was scratching my head like, what do I do? How do I give mouth to mouth? I'm trying to tap on the screen to do a thing with her and it's not working. I'm blowing on the microphone, wondering if that's working. But the tooltip was telling you put your mouth to her mouth. And when you put both screens together, one face meets the other. And I thought to myself, you know what, that is really clever, but it was fucking infuriating as well. But yeah, I imagine that this is one of those things where they want you to actually do the cross-eyed thing. There's no like hold the two thumbsticks and, you know, try to get them into focus and turn it into a mini game, because there's no reason that wouldn't work if you did it yourself. So yeah, you're probably right. That must be how they did it. So we saw the same one over there, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Knob. And then set a pair of photographs on the stand in the back, and... it's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Gonna lurk for a bit. No problem, Dapus, lurk away. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households on the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in any case. Stereoscopic pictures, I'd never heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that we'll ever actually need. Yeah. Will we ever need this in the trial? Probably not, but let's add it as evidence anyway. I mean, it is technically the claim ticket as well, so we should have it as evidence. Right. Move. Storeroom. We've poked everything out here now. They left the gun here as well, interesting. I'm wondering if one of those little boxes over there on that table on the left is going to be the one that's on the claim ticket. But first, guys, I'm looking at the time. Before we get too deep into this next round of stuff, I think we should take a quick break.